Nestled between the towering Himalayas and the plains of Bangladesh lies a narrow, vulnerable strip of land that holds the key to India's connection with its northeastern states. Known as the Siliguri Corridor or Chicken Neck, this 22-kilometer wide stretch is one of India's most strategic lifelines. But what makes this tiny land bridge so crucial? And why is it considered one of the most geopolitically sensitive regions in the world? The story of the Siliguri Corridor begins with the partition of India in 1947. The newly created borders of India and East Pakistan, now Bangladesh, left India with a narrow land corridor connecting its northeastern states to the rest of the country. This vital strip came to be known as the Chicken Neck due to its fragile and slender shape. This corridor became even more significant with the annexation of Sikkim in 1975, bringing India closer to China's Tibet Autonomous Region and further tightening the strategic grip on the Siliguri region. Geopolitically, the Siliguri Corridor is a strategic hotspot. It is bordered by Nepal and Bhutan on one side and Bangladesh on the other. Beyond Bhutan lies China's Tibet Autonomous Region. The corridor's strategic importance stems from the fact that it serves as the only land link between mainland India and its northeastern states, which makes it vital for India's territorial integrity. The proximity to four countries poses unique challenges for India, especially considering its rocky relationship with China. The corridor is not just a road or a railway, it's a lifeline. The security of the Siliguri Corridor is a constant concern for India. A combination of external threats from neighboring countries and internal separatist movements in the northeast makes it one of the most heavily militarized zones in India. In 2017, India and China had a tense standoff in Doklam, just 50 kilometers from the Siliguri Corridor. The fear was that a potential conflict could cut off the northeast from the rest of the country. India responded by strengthening its military presence here, ensuring that any threat to the Chicken Neck would be met with strong resistance.
Siliguri Corridor. It links the districts of Jalpaiguri, Darjeeling, Siliguri. It's a hub of railway and road networks which link you to Assam, which link you to Meghalaya and to the rest of the northeast. It's a narrow one. It is becoming a problem because there have been tremendous demographic changes in that region. Unhindered infiltration and illegal migration, those areas are gradually turning in character. So there have been foreign settlers, mostly from Bangladesh, who have completely upset the demographic nature of those places. And it is also a strategically important region. See, you have Nepal, Bhutan, Assam. In fact, lot of troop movement goes through the Chicken Neck. Doklam was happening, there was always a fear about the Chicken Neck. Darjeeling, Jalpaiguri, Siliguri, these areas. Bihar side, two districts are, one is Purnia and the other is Kishanganj. And then Bangladesh on this side. These areas have a huge concentration of Muslim population. The security agencies are worried there have been tremendous demographic changes because illegal migration has remained unchecked. This illegal migration has led to a situation where you have some radical groups being very active in Chicken Neck.
The Siliguri Corridor is not only a strategic lifeline but an economic artery. All major trade, transportation and supply routes between mainland India and its northeastern states flow through this narrow stretch. This makes it crucial for the region's economy. From food supplies to raw materials, everything must pass through here. And any disruption, be it natural or political, can send shockwaves through the region's economy. The challenges of maintaining an operational and functional corridor are numerous. Natural disasters like landslides during the monsoon season can block roads for days. Overcrowding and border congestion create bottlenecks that slow down transportation, threatening the livelihoods of millions who rely on the smooth functioning of this corridor.
The radical elements create a problem by choking the chicken neck, as it were. We may have to find a new corridor. Our security agency, since these radical speakers are coming, groups are coming, ultimately they want to create a sort of a public unrest there. The public unrest happens and it blocks the movement of rail or road traffic between the northeast, which is northeast is dependent on the mainland for supplies and provisions and cooking gas and all that. The fear is some of these radical groups which are active, they are working to a plan. And the plan is somehow, brainwash people into the local people and take advantage of the demographic changes and then give a call for a public agitation on any issue. That were to happen, and then you can demand that the area be declared separate from India because of the demographic changes, in which case it would become a big problem for authorities in India.
China's interest in the Siliguri Corridor has been growing over the years. With major infrastructure developments in Tibet, China has been extending its influence towards the northeast. This culminated in the 2017 Doklam standoff, which raised alarms in New Delhi about the fragility of the Siliguri Corridor. China's attempt to build roads and military infrastructure close to the Indian border increased fears that it could attempt to cut off the chicken neck in the event of a conflict. India is taking steps to secure the future of the Siliguri Corridor by investing in infrastructure. New highways, railway lines, and even alternate routes are being planned to ease the pressure on this vital link. By diversifying routes and improving logistics, India hopes to minimize the risks associated with this narrow passageway. But in a region fraught with geopolitical tensions, the future remains uncertain. The Siliguri Corridor is more than just a vulnerable strip of land. It's the heartbeat of India's connection to its northeastern states. Its security, economy, and people depend on this fragile lifeline. As tensions in the region rise, the importance of the Siliguri Corridor grows. Safeguarding the strategic stretch is not just about geopolitics, it's about securing India's unity, growth, and the future. The Siliguri Corridor story is not just one of geopolitics and defense. It's about the people who live and thrive here, who rely on this vital link for their livelihoods. As India moves forward, securing this lifeline will shape the nation's path ahead.